I don't hate dark elves, in general, only most of them. Suvari Sateron didn't mention that their whole civilization and culture is based on slavery. She wanted to keep this fact hidden so that she can play the victim. There is nothing more revolting for a true honorable Nord than a slaver. Only Dunmer who condemn their heritage and prove their worth are welcome here. Only those who are willing to assimilate to our free society.
Not now.
Then it's true, what everyone is saying. That Aventus Aretino is doing the Black Sacrament, trying to summon the Dark Brotherhood?
Oh, Grimvar, always with the nonsense. No, of course not. Those are just tales.
Fine, then I'll invite him out to play. He lives right there. I'm going to knock on his door.
No, child, wait! That boy, that house, they are cursed.
Ha! Then I'm right. I knew it. He's trying to have somebody killed.
All right, I won't deny it, child. What you heard is true. If Aventus Aretino walks a dark path, his actions can lead only to ruin. Now, enough. We will speak no more of this. I am the only friend you need. I try to keep Grimvar safe, but these are dangerous times. Yes, it is quite sad. A young boy, Aventus Aretino, lost his mother recently and was sent to an orphanage. But he has returned home, and people have heard strange chanting. They say it's the Black Sacrament, the ritual to contact the Dark Brotherhood. Why a little boy would want to contact a group of murderers is beyond me. But he is inviting evil into this city.
You old crone. You'll get what you deserve. The Dark Brotherhood will see to that. Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. Please, how long must I do this? I keep praying, Night Mother. Why won't you answer me? Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. Die, Grelod, die! Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. You've come at last! I knew you would! It worked! I knew you'd come! I just knew it! I did the Black Sacrament over and over with the body and the things, and then you came, an assassin from the Dark Brotherhood. You don't have to say anything. There's no need. You're here, so I know you'll accept my contract. My mother, she died. I'm all alone now. So they sent me to that terrible orphanage in Riften, Honor Hall. The headmistress is an evil, cruel woman. They call her Grelod the Kind, but she's not kind. She's terrible to all of us. So I ran away and came home and performed the Black Sacrament. Now you're here, and you could kill Grelod the Kind. Please hurry. To be honest, I'm kind of lonely here. As much as I hated getting sent to Honor Hall, I really miss my friends there.
I wonder what it'd be like to take on a dragon shouter in battle. I make it a rule not to fight friends, but this Ulfric is a stranger to me.
I don't want to steal anything from him. He has to sustain himself somehow
Broad is the head
until I
mistress
can
of
solve
Honor
his
Hall
problem.
Orphanage, but not for long. She got sick last winter when the snows came, and she never got better, not all year. One night, she fell asleep and never woke up. So now I'm all alone, and the Jarl said I have to go in an Honor Hall orphanage. It's not fair! I've never been more sure about anything in my entire life. Someone like Broad doesn't deserve to live one more day. She's a monster! Please hurry. To be honest, I'm kind of lonely here. As much as I hated getting sent to Honor Hall, I really miss my friends there.
First I have to gain some influence in Riften and gain some reputation with the Stormcloaks. Only then can I kill Grelod the Kind. Maybe someone better will replace her, and Avettus Aretino can go back to his friends.
Spare a coin for a poor old woman. Spare a coin for an old woman, my lord. Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart. Up to no good, are we? I'll teach you, but it'll cost you. The divine smile on a charitable soul. A few septims for my supper is all I ask.
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend? Welcome to the House of Curiosities. I offer a brief tour for a few coins, or you can simply browse at your leisure. My sister and I inherited a modest sum of money. We decided to travel and seek out whatever adventures we could find. As we journeyed across Tamriel, we encountered tales of exotic and wondrous artifacts. We decided to collect as many as we could. My sister passed away some years ago, so I settled down here and opened the House of Curiosities. I think she would be happy to know that our collection has brought smiles to faces both young and old. Indeed, I did. For a few septims, I'll tell you about some of the most interesting curiosities in my collection. Splendid! If you'll just follow me, I'll tell you tales and show you wonders such as you've never seen. These tools were found in a crypt outside Windhelm. They belonged to the ancient Nords who dwelt in Skyrim before the days of the First Empire. Most scholars believe that the Nords of old used these implements to prepare their dead for burial. What macabre mysteries would these tools reveal if they could but speak? Here is the Book of Fate, discovered in a secret room in the Arcane University. The writing in the book describes the destiny of its reader, so the words change from one person to the next. Some see only blank pages, and nobody knows why. Perhaps some of us are born with no destiny, or maybe the blank pages signify an imminent death. Ah, now here's an item out of legend. This is Ysgramor's soup spoon. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is no spoon, it's a fork. Nobody can eat soup with a fork. Well, my friend, you did not know Ysgramor. Don't let this innocent-looking flute fool you, for this is the dancer's pipe. Legend holds that the dancer's pipe has won wars, toppled empires, and changed the very course of history. None know its origins, but the stories say that men who hear its music are compelled to dance uncontrollably, no matter the peril. To activate this strange power, one must only speak the magic words, which are... Oh my, I very nearly got us both into a nasty predicament, didn't I? And with that, the tour is over. I thank you for your patronage, and I hope to see you again soon.
Stay away from the Oratino residence. The place is cursed.
Hi, mister. Would you like to buy some flowers? Please? Not much, but I hope you like them. They're dead. My mama died when I was little. I don't remember her very well. My father was a Stormcloak soldier. One day he left and didn't come back. I'm all alone. I try to sell flowers so I can buy food. It's not much, but what else can I do?
I could adopt her, but first I need a house.
Thanks. Thanks for talking to me.
There's some food in the barrel next to you, Sophie.
Ulfric will listen to you. It's not that simple. Ulfric wants Skyrim for the Nords. He doesn't trust what he calls outsiders.
You've seen how we live. Cramped alleys, run-down buildings, few guard patrols. Even the name Grey Quarter is an insult.
I'll speak to Ulfric soon, but I make no promises that I can change his mind.
That's all I ask. With your help, we have a chance to make a better life for ourselves here. For that, I thank you.
You one of those Skyrim for the Nords types?
Who wrote this dialogue? Must have been some lip-tart lunatic.
Is that so? You ought to join the Stormcloaks, if you haven't already. Seems to me they're a bunch of narrow-minded bigots, just like you. Meantime, you best steer clear of me.
You're the one who's siding with slavers, and I'm the bigot. Sure.
Let me know if you see anything you like. All my goods are legitimate, which is more than I can say for some.
Sure they are.
Of course nothing in here is stolen.
No.
Only a careless, shameful, idiotic fetcher would do something as stupid as to buy pilfered goods.
Yeah.
Oh, by Azura, I've made a terrible mistake. I bought a gold ring, and Viola Giordano has been missing a ring that looks just like it.
Oh. How could that have happened?
You're telling me. I've scraped this collection together by whatever means I could. I do some business with the trade caravans, and I've picked up a number of items from adventurers like yourself. A few intrepid souls even brought some items back from Morvenskar, the fort southwest of the city. Take a look.
I'll have to check out this Morvenskar place one of these days.
One of the perks of fighting in the arena is everyone in the city knows your name. Some people don't like the fame, but not me.
Who are you? Ah, just a mercenary.
Blade and shadow, silence and death. These are my arts. For a modest fee, I'll make great art for you.
That's close enough. You're not supposed to be
What?
in here.
Why?
What's the problem, Amberys? Afraid I'll soil your precious bar stool?
Oh, okay.
This is the last time I'll say it. Get out.
Fine. I didn't want any of your piss water anyway.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
That's more like it.
How splendid. Another Nord.
Yeah, we're in Skyrim.
Well, you see where we have to live. This forgotten alley. All the filth from the upper quarters flows downhill, like they say. Good luck getting one of the guards to help with anything. I tried to get Ulfric to even come down here to see the squalor, but the High Lord of his mightiness couldn't find the time. None of that matters to me. Until someone takes a Dunmer, I'll let Windhelm deal with its own problems. Where else would we be? When the Red Mountain burned, you could scarcely breathe in Morrowind, so we came west. Windhelm was the first city on that road, and here we are. If we had known the Nords would be so unwelcoming, we may have kept walking.
You can still keep walking.
The College of Winterhold is the only place in Skyrim open-minded enough to teach magic. Although Ulfric's court wizard Has been known to take on apprentices once in a while. Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry. If you need another drink, I'll be right here.
That look. He said a man waits his entire life to see that look from a beautiful lady. I wish I knew what he was talking about, so I'd know never to do it again. Not at all, stranger. I was just caught in a memory, and when that happens, I have a tendency to speak out loud. That's why the Nords say I'm of questionable mind, when all they used to question were my morals. A lover? A stranger? A mistake. He saw the way I looked at him, and thought I was in love. Perhaps I was, but only until the day he left. It was the day Ulfric had left for solitude, not to plead for war, but to make it. I knew then my lover's fate was sealed. He would join the Stormcloak army and depart for a camp the following morning. We said our goodbyes, and I never gave him a second look. I was standing at the docks when his ship pulled in. His name was Balrund. He was a noble's son. His shoulders were dressed in the finest furs, and a golden amulet hung from his neck, the center set with a stone as blue as a summer day. No, he was courtly, refined, and handsome. So handsome, I dropped my basket of flowers and had to scramble to pick them up. All that was left was a single dragon's tongue. I was about to reach for it when a hand plucked it off the ground. Yes, he placed the flower in my dress and told me a flower this beautiful belongs in no basket. Strange feelings swelled within me. Anticipation, anxiety, as if the world had shrunk into a single person, and yet it never felt so vast. I never even noticed it was an amulet of Mara around his neck. Yes, for the time being. Only most people don't walk around with an amulet of Mara when they go about their daily routine. It generally means they are on their way to propose to the person they love. It didn't take long for me to discover the amulet of Mara was meant for another. He said it was nothing more than a business arrangement, a wedding made to unite two clans who had long been at odds. That only made it worse. The only thing I could. I set out to do two things that night. Put down a bottle of ale and put him out of my mind. I had all but succeeded when he walked into the corner club. I tried my best to ignore him, but the fool kept at it. I told him it would end in tears. He said he would never make me cry. I did, but only because I was in love. And love makes a mockery of wisdom. We alter our lives, our futures, and the fate of those around us, all to chase that single fraction of a moment when everything is beautiful. No, they're not. Those moments are poison. Just look at me. Still in love with a ghost. The fool went and got himself slayed not a week after the war began. I never even got a letter. Yet you'll find more than your fair share of tales of sorrow, sadness, and melancholy. That is something we Dunmer can relate to. That is something every foolish, mad, and hopeless romantic can relate to. Yes, Skyrim is a cold land, and its people hewn from ice and stone. Some may see the surface and the edges, and mistake it for a lack of passion. Yet in the end, Nord or Dunmer, Altmer or Orc, we are all mortals. We laugh, we love, and we cry. Behind the icy veneer, in the privacy of our bedrooms, and in our most intimate of thoughts, we all turn to those emotions that are timeless. Yes, the land itself is filled with hidden wonders. For every desolate tundra, there are clear lakes and hidden grottos as lush and vibrant as the Ascadian Isles. Belin? Don't be absurd. Belin is my cousin. Our ancestors were once members of the great house Hlalu. Well, our crest was adorned with a scale to represent the balance achieved by negotiation and compromise. House Hlalu prided itself on the use of diplomacy as opposed to warfare. They were loyal to the Empire for centuries, even before the Great War. Perhaps that bloodline is what makes me oppose Ulfric's rebellion, while at the same time makes excuses for him regarding the Grey Quarter. The war has altered Ulfric's priorities. He won't listen to our pleas until things settle down. Even then, it would be a mistake to appeal to his chivalry. We must convince him of our value to the city's economy. If we present it to him not as an act of charity, but an investment, we have a better chance of making our case heard.
Finally, a dark elf with a brain.
We have experience farming in tough climates. Our knowledge of magic can provide valuable training for the Guard. Moreover, improving the city will attract wealthier citizens and more tax revenue. And you don't have to like Dark Elves to spend their coin. I have always opposed war because it is senseless and inefficient. Balrun's death did nothing to change that belief. Belin is a good farmer and a good Dunmer. Many find it surprising to see a Nord woman under his employ, but not if you know Belin. While I preach working together and compromise with the Nords, Belin backs up his words with action. Seeing those two till the fields and harvest crops speaks louder than anything I could ever say. Well, I do think he works Adisla a little too hard, especially given her age. I tried to help, but I'm dreadful at harvesting. Belin won't let me anywhere near his wheat after I damaged nearly half his crop. It's not my fault the fool never showed me how. Very well. I often tell Renori she needs to see the world, but the advice rings hollow when I myself can't seem to tear away from this city. No, just thinking about those days with Balrond at the Corner Club, and how they made me feel young again. Young love seems so trivial, but feels more essential than anything important ever could. Safe travels. How can I help you?
I thought the Grey Quarter would be a haven for my kind. I was wrong. Not a day goes by that I don't think about returning to the ancestral home of my people. Still, even with the rough treatment we've had at the hands of Ulfric and his lot, I've got ties here. It's probably more trouble to pack up and leave than it is to stay. Besides, Amberus can't run the Corner Club on his own. Windhelm is divided into 4 quarters. The Grey Quarter is the one that's home to all the city's dark elves. If it looks to you like an impoverished slum, that's because it is. Ulfric prefers that we live in squalor. He has nothing but disdain for anyone who isn't a Nord. He tolerates us, but that's the extent of his hospitality.
Why, what did you expect? That he will move out of his palace and give it to you? That he will let you enslave a few Nords, so that you can feel more at home?
The Grey Quarter's not much to look at now, but it wasn't always so bad.
Yeah, Nords gave up their homes so that you can move in. And you're complaining. It wasn't that bad, yeah, before you moved in.
Yes, Sarah? Looks like you got someone already. We're one of the same kind, you and I. I'm glad to have met you.
Huh?
Yeah, what do you want? Damn right there is, but nothing a drink or two can't fix. I guess the courier didn't send you the notice. It isn't just him who hates me, it's everyone in this city. My kind aren't welcome. That's not what I meant. I'm a bandit. I make my living off the backs of others, and people here resent me for it. Not anymore. Got a pardon for killing a bandit chief. That's right, I'm not just a bandit, I'm a turncloak. That's right. Funny thing is, people treated me better when they thought I was just a bandit. But now I'm just one rung higher than a kinslayer. The absolute worst mortal kind has to offer. Why does a bandit do anything? Gold. The chief had a big mouth and told me things he probably shouldn't have. Like, for instance, the size of the bounty on his head. Most people think that's why I killed him. Those people don't know the half of it. I'm looking for something. 2 somethings, actually. And the inn's always a good place for rumours. At least, it used to be. But it's alright. I've got an idea of where they are already. I'm a bandit. I don't need a reason. Well, we'll see about that. Most adventurers I know just have one question. How much? They don't care who's paying. Well, that's the problem. They're in the cities, and it's hard for someone like me to walk around without being noticed. What I need is to get somebody to do the scouring for me. Someone who doesn't attract so much goddamn attention. What about you? You look friendly enough. Are you for hire? Great. First thing I need to make clear. It's not the people I'm after. It's the items they own. Books, to be precise. Of course, there's a catch. Well, for one, I don't know what the books are. I just know they're books. But that should be enough to go on. The first book I need is owned by a fence. Someone like that likely keeps the book in a safe. Second book is on an elf named Sordrin, greyskin like me. Knowing that, you don't need the titles. Get both books and I'll pay a bundle for both. I'll meet you at the Riften docks when you're done. If I told you that, you'd double-cross me. Just know that they're worthless to pretty much anyone save me. If I knew that, I wouldn't need to go to all this trouble to find them. Now stop asking stupid questions.
Yeah? What?
I was one of the best soldiers in the Stormcloak army, until I took a sword to the chest. Until next time.
Horses. All day long. Do you have any idea how dull horses are?
A Temple of Telos. We're at home.